Kenny Omega ain't nothing but 2021 Bret Hart.
Why? Nah, I can't do that. I can't do that.
You see that, bro? You see that?
I can't do that. I can't rock with that.
That's a no-sell. That's a no-sell.
I can't rock with that. He wishes he was Bret Hart, the Hitman.
If he had like a Shawn Michaels to put him over, he'd be great.
Yeah, but the bad part is AEW doesn't have any. They don't have any Shawn Michaels.
Stop.
Did you watch the clips on Dynamite?
Stop.
Whole squad, the neck is broken.
What's funny is I think Kenny Omega probably thinks he's both Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels.
That's wrong.
You don't think he thinks that though? You don't think he thinks that?
No, he thinks that.
And then you say, listen, man, when I was reading my comics, now I'm sitting there.
No, I'm saying this right now, like how he's dressing, like he's trying to act like Shawn Michaels.
He cut his promos. I was sitting there reading my comics without no hose, and I was like, man, I ain't got no hose. And but I got my belt. Ain't that right, Don?
Don.
Oh, Don. Well, you know something, Kenny?
Don't do that. Don't. That show sounded terrible. I didn't watch Dynamite, but I listened and I saw the clips online, and it sounded like a horrible show.
Seems to me.
Dynamite had that was private. Fuck it, you might as well. We'll get into it. The thing with Dynamite is it has the good parts. You know what I mean? Like it's parts of wrestling that are good. They have that shit in the show, but the bad shit is bad.
When it's bad, it's really bad.
It's because there's no booking committee there. So it's like you can tell everybody's kind of doing their own thing. Like,
right.
Did you run this by anybody? No, I'm just gonna do it on TV, man.
No. Cody said just to go.
Yeah, just going on out there.
Cody told me to go.
Yo, hokey shit. This shit is just like, come on, fam.
Bananas.
Like I'm a grown man, and these are men that's my age and older doing this kind of bullshit.
I'm still trying to figure out who booked Sting with the Glacier intro.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that did never have to do with snow.
Was he referencing?
I thought that was dandruff.
Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome to another action-packed card of All-Star Wrestling.
Niggas is back. Actually, before I say anything, and we'll talk about these Johns in a minute, but that Black Rasslin Mania hoodie, that's got to be some of the hardest wrestling merch that's come out in the last couple of years. You look at if you watch it on YouTube and look at the intro, count how many times you saw that. Anyway, niggas is count how many pro wrestling shows. We'll talk about that in a sec. Niggas is back. Niggas is black. As always, it's the Black Rasslin Podcast, giving y'all wrestling from a nigga perspective. It's your boy Cal, representing rockthedub.com, but you already knew that. The squad is on the line. Please say what's good to the people, y'all.
Yo, what it is, IlFam79 on your social media choice, a.k.a. Fam Bigelow.
Facts. This nigga's stupid.
Just keep it tall. Your mans don't listen, give him the pod. You hear him talk about BRP from London to Edenwall at Matt Dangman.
Facts. Big facts.
Davis, aka Drip, the undisputed stat guy, the J White Boy at BRP.
Facts. Big facts.
I be thinking he ready to say JYD, like you be here.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
DRA.
Don't do that. That we'll be here another 15 minutes on that.
Don't you do that?
Like I was mentioning the merch, as you can see, me and Drip sporting Nation crew necks restocked on MLK Day. That wasn't on purpose. That's just what happened. It's a wrap if you ain't get that.
You got a day.
The thing is, by the time you hear this,
So
you have hours.
You'll have a couple of hours.
Shouts out to everybody who shits was flying early. This is the thing. I didn't realize math. See, this is the thing about Mitch. All right. Mitch will go on these rogue missions, right? Mitch will tell you it's about like 5 or 6 different missions about to go on, right? And then one day he won't even say, all right, y'all, I'm about to dip. I'll be back in a minute. You'll get an alert on your phone. And it won't even be like, yo, these are back. It'll be like ordered, or like
shit surprised the fuck out of me. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Salute if you were on at 12 on Monday, salute to you. You surprised all fuck out of me. Real shit.
Nigga like me, man.
It's facts. He was
this shit, Cal.
He would, and hopefully, never mind. I ain't even gonna say that. But
this shit.
Look,
we be back the last week of March.
Oh, say less.
Pre-production is a motherfucker. Speaking of, you slipped up and said February, but there is some shit going on in February that we got to mention. Shouts out to Fighting Evolution Wrestling. They got a whole Say It Loud show happening February. I'm reading right off the phone. February 12th and 13th. I don't know how. There's a lot of shit going on. They got seminars. The Pope's gonna be there. Elijah Burke, that is.
Oh shit, Pope.
Too Cold Scorpio and JB Cool's gonna be there. They got 7 matches lined up. I'm assuming the main event. They got JTG facing off against Too Cold Scorpio. Holly Dead's gonna be there. Red Velvet's gonna. Look, Renee Michelle's gonna be there.
What you say, Chuck? Did you say Red Velvet?
Red Velvet. Red Velvet's in the tag team match with La Rosa Negra. She's going up against Holly Dead and Nina Monet.
Pressure.
It's about to be a problem. This is going down in Jacksonville, Florida. They got, if you go to, shouts out We Love Wrestling, go to their Instagram. Their nice paid post is up there with all the information, including hotel reservations if you're trying to get down there. We for the people. I'm saying, I don't know what's going on. Say it loud. Black History Month.
Grab your partner.
Drip.
Yeah, February is my birthday month too.
This nigga.
Tell your parents, nah, mom and dad, things have changed.
Yeah.
January, baby, now. Happy birthday, Drip.
Drip, are you hoping that that Drake album comes out in February for your birthday?
He already got a hard on when you said that.
I don't want to know about that. I do not want to hear anything about. That's disgusting. This nigga is disgusting. That is that.
Stop.
Facts. We don't need that. That's funny.
If you already referring to it as CLB, I don't want to hear you. I don't know.
I don't know.
What is that?
I don't know. What's CLB, Drip?
It's Certified Lover Boy. It's the name of the album.
That's a good title for an album.
You haven't seen, nigga. Hold on, we can't talk about you seen the haircut
With the heart, right? Yeah, that's bad.
Yep.
That's how you gonna get that, Drip? Damn, he said that's what he's doing for his birthday. Do not come on this podcast. You better be rocking a black wrestling hat if you get that damn heart cut in your Shit. Yeah. Thank you.
You better have a whole new face. You better be
Face off.
a new
Facts.
nigga right there. A whole
Big
new
facts.
nigga.
Big facts. We might need to replace you for
That would
day
be a
then.
good thing one day. Just have someone be in my place and be like, nothing happened. Like, you look different, Drip. Like,
Facts.
The funnier thing would be like we just act like it's a y'all look alike. I mean,
That's good. No, that's good. Before there's a good amount of random wrestling conversation I had this week. But before we get into anything, I do want to. I don't want to say I made this happen, but I don't know anybody else who is bigging up MVP with the do. 7 days later, this nigga then hopped up on the Hurt Business remix. It's an MVP verse on a Griselda. I mean, it's fine. He talks a lot about doing damn near a decade in the but best line, the last line, what'd he say? I only rock a red and yellow when it's Patrick Mahomes. Now look.
I respect it.
That you goddamn right. You got and he because he didn't reference nobody's names. He talked about Rabbit Wolverines. He talked about what was the other shit he said? Red Machines, Charismatic Enigmas, Zombies from Death Valley, and not rocking with the. I respect that. Was that who Hogan was talking about? He wasn't talking about him, right?
Ain't they like the same age?
So what? All right. So this is
ain't no way P that old.
He gotta be 50.
Drip. Can you find out how old
yeah.
Montel Vontae? He looks old. He's older.
Stat guy, start statting.
Stats be statting.
Stats.
He is 47 years old.
47.
Yeah, Hulk Hogan is 20 years older.
Hulk Hogan 70.
67 years old. He's
Seriously?
67 years old. Yep.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Oh, he gonna die soon.
Oh. I was good. But do you think Hogan when Hogan goes to Legends Night or he goes whenever he goes to the WWE, you think he got the cold shoulder from Cedric Alexander? And the reason Cedric gave him the cold shoulder is because MVP was like, nah, we don't fuck with him. You hurt business, you don't rock with him.
Talk about not him. Not him.
You can talk to anybody, not him, not the kid. I don't know, but shouts out MVP for that. Shouts out this cat. I'm gonna say his whole name because he had his whole name on the YouTube, and I don't know how else to pronounce this man. Timothy Scott dropped an interesting comment on last week's episode on YouTube.
They got you blocked, Tim.
YouTube.com/C/Black Rasslin. You can find all of our episodes since about the BRP last year up on the site. He dropped a comment on last week's episode. He said, niggas be retrospectively woke is a bar, straight up. That Xavier Woods debate y'all had was some high level shit. Shouts out to you, Timothy. He said, it makes me wonder if you think Jey Uso is doing a better job playing off Roman, or has he been exposed just as much without Jimmy? I'm not necessarily sure what that means, but he asked a question I want to present to y'all. How would y'all say the Usos' careers look compared to the New Day? And he said, much respect, totally fuck with this pod all day, y'all the shit. Thank you, Timothy Scott.
That wasn't him that was gonna get blocked. My bad, Tim. That wasn't him.
Nah, he gun jumping, yo.
My bad.
But what do y'all think about that? I mean, because the Usos have had an interesting career in the WWE. I think even before the High Chief became the High Chief, the Usos was putting in work. Fam was like one of the biggest Uso supporters for years on this pod.
Because he looked like one.
Not anymore. My hair.
That's true.
But nah, for real thoughts. How would y'all stack the Usos' career with the New Day?
I'll say that the Usos have been better in ring as a tag team, but a lot less impactful outside of the ring. They haven't been able to. They haven't had any crossover. You know what I'm saying? And then they've had a couple issues where they had to shut up for a second because. You know what I mean? They just like to get drunk a little bit.
That was Jay too, right? It was Jay specifically.
It's been both of them, I think.
Oh, word.
I think both have had instances where they've been pulled over.
Yeah,
from
one
driving.
of them was driving up the wrong way to road with his old lady. Like,
Yeah.
That sounds like a hell of a night, baby.
"Am I baby?"
That's some nigga shit right there.
Yo, but you don't think that you were saying that outside the ring they aren't as big, right? But does this? Well, we only have one of them right now. But is this iteration? Can this iteration of the Usos make them jump past New Day?
Not a bad guy.
I think
not gonna get their merch up. It's not gonna raise their profile as far as anything crossover to more than just pro wrestling heads, just because they're not doing anything that you're gonna see outside of.
I misunderstood what you were saying. All right, I got you.
Yeah. You got any thoughts, Trip? Any things you feel about that?
It's funny because I think just like how Xavier Woods saved Kofi and Big E, well, that was kind of my argument last week that the Usos, until they made that turn in 2016 to become, they were almost in that same boat of just like regular baby faces. They had won championships, but they sold merch, but it only seemed like that was as good as it was going to get until they made that decision. You know, they started showing up with the Air Forces and then camo jeans, and then they had a whole different attitude. And then again, what's funny is that they kind of like, by working with the New Day, they built themselves up higher, and they both benefited from it. That's the thing. It's a story where you can't have one without the other, I think. So to say that maybe they've surpassed them is kind of a hard thing to say.
Fam Uso.
Oh my God.
Look at him.
Fam Uso.
That is insane.
I'm putting that on the list as titles for the pod.
I fam 70 now.
Our fam 70. Our fam is funny. That might need to be your new nickname, bro. Yeah, I think ultimately the Usos, they're gonna need to, if it's a situation where Jimmy returns and they're able to use that momentum from the High Chief and everything to really take them to that next level. I don't know if that means one of them needs to hold like a major singles title, but they would need some type of elevated push, I think, to really like, because we're not talking about being peers with Nudie. We're talking about surpassing. You feel what I'm saying? Like they would need an extra boost for that.
So if Roman's run, because they're them surpassing New Day is connected to what Roman Reigns does, right?
It's got to be.
Fam.
I think that actually stifles them off the break, because the New Day is all three of them. So the New Day got there because of New Day. If it happens because of their association to Roman, even though that's their family day one nigga, it was because of Roman.
Hold on, my G.
Hold on, I-Fam.
Hold on, I-Fam. Huss.
The whole different right, man. That nigga was loser, Brody. Go ahead though.
That's good. That's good. That will not be the name of the episode title. We can't do that.
Yeah, no bullshit. Last week, our conversation was the New Day got hot off Xavier Woods. So why is that not, you know what I mean? Why is it different than the Usos being hot off of Roman?
Because Xavier Woods is in the New Day.
Yeah, I was gonna say Roman's still his own man. He's not a Uso.
Niggas don't call him Uso.
Hold on.
Russo.
Hold on. At this point in time, they are what?
Family, the bloodline.
Yeah, the bloodline.
So we're not there. He's not included in that.
I think it's different. I think
I'm joking.
I think I also think that the dynamic is different too. It's not we're doing this together to elevate each other. It's nigga, sit down, wrestle these matches. When I need you, hit them with the chair and then sit the fuck down again.
That's what ain't that what Xavier would? Hey, sit down, play this game, nigga.
Nah, Xavier said
Street Fighter.
He said, Big E, do me a favor, blood. Can you play the game with me on the YouTube so we can be a squad or out of the ring?
Come play this game so I can make your wrestling career hotter. Cuz come on, yeah.
do me a favor. Could you put these pancakes in your drawers, nigga?
That sounds like a totally different show. And the sad part is,
it's true.
It's not a different show.
True,
yeah, the real niggas try to get the pancakes out of the over.
That's a different show too. That's a different. You're right.
Yeah,
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm getting out of here.
Now,
but no, remember they formed the bloodline in 2016 really to fight AJ Styles and Gallows and Anderson. Again, that was them trying to elevate the Usos with Roman Reigns at that time, and it really didn't work. But later that year, the Usos turn heel and become the Usos that we now know.
Right.
So and like that, what?
Oh no, I was gonna say, can you do me a favor and remind me? Is Gallows and Anderson the ones that do the super kicks?
No, that's the Young Bucks.
No, they're the good. They're the good old boys.
They do
They're
that.
good, bro.
Jackets. They wear the jackets with the guy from the
Steakhouse jackets.
They're the ones that need to be losing them titles to the private party, but we'll talk about that in a bit.
My bad, Drip.
I don't want to have this next conversation ever again. All right. I'm gonna preface this by saying I do not, unless I don't want to say we don't believe you need more people, but we literally, but we deal with facts. There's a reason why that's a word that is quick off of my facts. Mid facts, whatever. This is like, I don't even want to say this is like lowercase in the garbage facts, but like
even flashcard facts.
Look, all right, this Darby Allin situation, guy, shouts out the homie who has been inundating us.
What does that mean?
He's been sending us this information a lot. That's the key. It's not just that he sent it. We're damn near getting anytime Darby Allin is mentioned on the timeline, man says, give him the red X. True story. Somebody on Twitter was like, yo, Asuka hasn't defended the women's championship in 50 some days on TV. Terry retweeted that and was like, look, Darby Allin won this title this day and didn't defend it until this day, but we're not going to talk about that. Mans replied to that and was like, give Darby the red X.
Like, yo, he's not even the nigga that X's.
No, look. When the red X come out, it's from us. Facts. I think facts. But we not handing out red X's just because you think, and it's no disrespect, but let us move the way we move. Now, he keeps saying that. I want to preface this by saying this technically came up again because how was it? Priscilla Kelly was Darby Allin's ex-wife.
She is now his ex-wife. They were married for about 2 years.
She just got signed to NXT. She's now Gigi Dolan. I don't know how to pronounce her last name.
Dolan. Maybe like I think. Yeah.
And dude came out and said, "Oh shit, is this another neo-Nazi tribute? Is she Gigi because of Gigi Allen? Just like how Darby Allin's last name is Allen because of Gigi Allen, and his first name is Darby because of Darby Crash." And I'm like, who the fuck is these people? So what I had to do some research. I'd heard the name Gigi Allen before, I'd never heard this Darby Crash guy, and knowing cats who be involved in punk rock, I've heard those names before, and I know, especially G.G. Allin, he's got there's a stigma of him being kind of like ridiculous, like, you know, just doing like really grotesque shit, saying grotesque shit. I don't know.
Like Alice Cooper?
I think it's worse.
Okay.
Like, from what I was reading, G.G. Allin was like, look, or was it Darby? One of them was like, look, I'm gonna kill myself on stage. You feel like that type shit, like really fuck the world. I'm gonna be
moms and my girl.
big facts, but also like blow my damn brain. I don't know. Anyway, so I did some research. All right, Darby Crash founded some group called the Germs, and died from an intentional heroin overdose at like 22 or something like that.
Good for him. Good for him.
Apparently, because I don't know this all for facts. I was just going based off of, like, you know, 15 minutes of research I was doing. Apparently, he's not only a fascist, but he was a fan of Hitler. But I was trying to figure out how much he fucked with Hitler and the Nazis, and it seems like I said last week, I don't know if it was so much I like Hitler because Hitler wanted to kill Jews or hated people who weren't Aryan. He would fuck with Drip, maybe. Drip's got brown hair though, so I don't know. But he like fucked with white people.
Your eyes blue?
My eyes, yeah.
No, he might have fucked with Drip. He would have made it the White Rasslin podcast if he was still alive. But I don't know if it was like, because Kanye said he fucked with Trump, but he said he didn't fuck with Trump for what he stood for. He fucked with Trump's energy.
Like Kaepernick, what he said about Castro a few years ago as well.
I don't want to say it's right, but I'm saying that's what I'm reading, and that's what it seems like. I don't know if dude actually was like a whole Nazi. Like I was mentioning, G.G. Allin was known for more. He was known more for what he did on stage and the persona of him being just this wild motherfucker, more so than his music. Although he did have a song called "No Room for Nigger," and the lyrics were literally just like, I got no room for nigger. Like that it was just like that over and over and over again.
It was a Ford Escort. He had a Ford Escort hatchback.
He
wasn't no room for niggas.
He ironically also died from a heroin overdose, but it doesn't sound like this one was on purpose. He might have accidentally. Now
heroin 2-0 against
is 2-0.
Heroin undefeated.
No bullshit. No.
Do not do drugs, kids.
There's no room for you, nigga.
If the drug you have to do involves shooting it into your veins, don't do that drug.
Nah, don't do that drug.
This is, I might sound like an old party pooper, but no, nigga.
You walk around with the whole baseball glove and shit. Your hand like this big and shit. Like, yo, stop it.
If for you to get high, if you need a spoon, a belt, a needle, and
crack got talked about last week. Now we're on heroin.
It's facts though. The gimmicks is real for these people. But what I'm saying, I have to go into this bag to try and understand. Ultimately,
let's be clear.
Be clear.
I want to be clear.
Please.
Crack has I'm like 50-50 on crack.
What do you mean by being 50-50? I just watched the crack documentary on Netflix. Very great documentary. What you mean by being 50-50 on crack?
Because crack
niggas thought like this, then had numbers before, but keep on talking.
Watch this. Because crack has, granted, it has given me only one parent when I was growing up.
Right.
But it also got me a 4-door Volvo for $25.
Them fiends was doing everything.
Fam.
Anything and everything.
Insurance. They put the insurance. You know what?
They said, take this. Here are the keys.
It's yours.
You got insurance on and everything, baby. You going on?
It's yours.
Now give me that 20 spot.
Go
I'm
ahead.
done. That nigga ran for all the way up 295.
Man,
It's yours, baby.
Cuz driving in the Volvo, cuz.
It's yours, baby.
Real quick, inundate, a verb, overwhelm someone with things or people to be dealt with.
The flood.
And second
Word.
is flood.
word. Yeah, facts.
FUD, flood.
We got flooded with a lot of
You got flooded with
low tier. Cause the thing is all right.
red X.
Darby Crash is here. Gigi Allen is here. I don't know if those lines meet to Darby Allin being a neo-Nazi, because that's what's being said is give
Right.
Darby Allin the red X because he's a neo-Nazi. When I did a search for Darby Allin neo-Nazi, I literally found these tweets. And I had to do this other research, and realistically, the searches I had to do on these people, it didn't even become they are full-fledged Nazis.
Hey, yo, red herring.
I'm
Shout out to the old niggas that watch us. Y'all
Facts.
the only ones gonna get that.
They're also the only ones that watch. Shouts out to Rock and his old ass.
I knew that was coming.
Shout out to old ass Rock. Shout out to old ass Zero. Shout out to Darius Lockhart, young old ass.
Facts. Shouts out to Peace to Zero, though. I know Zero, hold your head, homie. I know you
Zero.
some real shit going on. Appreciate you, and hope you're doing well. But yeah, I can't. We're to sit because the other thing. This is the other thing, and I'm not scared.
Uh-oh.
I've written things in recent years that have fucked my mentions up.
Don't you hate when you be with your homeboy and he start off, nigga, I ain't scared of nothing.
Let me paraphrase.
He don't look now, nigga. I drive on North Avenue with the windows down and stop and hang out for a couple minutes. Nigga, now with me in the car.
Let me be clear. I'm not scared of catching heat from pro wrestling fans on the internet. That doesn't bother me at all. If I'm gonna put the red X on Darby Allin, I need some type of concrete proof. I need a picture of him with a shirt on. I need some deleted tweets that could be verified. I need you to see some tattoos or something that has got some neo-Nazi leanings or whatever. I need something. And right now, all I got is he fucks with punk rock and took two names that seem to be fairly iconic in that realm and mashed them up for his persona for AEW. I'm not saying he's not deserving of a red X, because the flip side is if he is, bro, one side of your face is going to be a skeleton, the other side is going to be a red X. I don't care, but I'm not
Terrible bumps you take and almost die.
Well, that's what I was about to say, is that Gigi Allen, in his description on Wikipedia, it shows that he was like the toughest rock star. He was deemed that, and that he would self-mutilate himself on stage. Look at the bumps that Darby Allin takes, and then the Wikipedia picture for Darby Crash is Darby Crash with a skateboard. What Darby Allin used to get to so I think he took that iconography, that imagery, to incorporate more than maybe the
iconography mean.
It looked like the stuff he talking about.
a collection of iconic imagery.
It looked like the stuff he talking about.
I didn't want to say that, but what I'm saying is,
again, not to play white devil's advocate, but I'm just saying, like
white devil's advocate might be the name of this.
Hey, listen, son, you getting good.
He is.
You getting good.
He been going to school.
That Mike.
Again, my dad does not listen. My dad.
Oh, he gonna be listening. He gonna be listening to something. He gonna have to listen. I'm not
like Skip on Napoleon Dynamite with that bird chain and the do-rag on.
When my dad comes on that episode, I will dress like that, and he'll be right next to me.
Hey, Facts. Asking about you. What's up with your man, Joe, with the braided do-rag strap? Yo, what's going on with your man? Man had the braided do-rag strap. Yo, he out here crazy.
Drake.
So, like I said, I do not want to dwell on this topic anymore, especially from a cat who, after dropping this, let us know that he wants us to restock the Hogan. Stop it. I see. Look, this is my thing.
Oh boy.
There have been professional wrestlers who have adopted our style that with the red X.
Hey, stay out of that inbox, nigga.
That's somebody else. But facts, big facts. If you want to give this man whatever type of yellow X, white X, I don't know what's going to make you do that. Start your campaign on why you think this man's a neo-Nazi.
All I know is I don't want to see no more of our product under your X's. I cannot allow it. And not.
Our fan Washington is really good, Joe. That's really good, yo.
This nigga was savant.
Facts, big facts.
What does that mean?
You called your own. When did you get smart? When you said that, I still can't believe.
When did you get smart? Is good.
No, that's a term of endearment.
I know, but
I knew him when he was.
Nigga said Math got on Plies teeth.
That's the one who shits right out this man kitchen cupboard. That's a damn shame. Nah, but if you think Darby Allin needs to be taken to task, take that white man to task. Do it. I don't give a shit. Don't put it on me because the only thing I hate.
Like I'm gonna sick these niggas going, yo.
If you feel a type of way about somebody, stand on your ground and you make that statement. Don't tell me to do because if I put the red X on them,
be a man.
I can't. If we're gonna say, look, this man deserves a red X, guess what? We standing on that. And I'm not standing on it for you, especially if it's on some faulty facts. That's period.
Where's the Corey Hope?
Next topic.
Now, before we move on, yo.
What's up?
No, we've completely off of that topic.
Of course.
Yo, are you waiting for that day when white wrestling starts? Drip comes on. Wiggins is yeah. Wiggins is back.
Wiggins is back. That we would do.
Tap the cap head boys. Yeah.
Just like I told you, Math. Give me a reason. Me and Math had a one-on-one conversation the other day. I'm not saying I want or need that energy, but if you about to give that, if you want that type of smoke, I'm waiting for it. You DM me, let me know. Look, White Wrestling Podcast just started. Say something. We're gonna run down. We will listen to the podcast on our podcast and go in on you. Look, do it. Say it. Say something.
Oh man.
Say something. White Wrestling is amazing. That should be the name of the episode.
That might need to be the name of the episode. What about White?
Yo, but we got that. We had that motherfucking comment.
Right.
What about white wrestling?
What about him?
It's melting.
Fact. Go to the other podcasts that talk about pro wrestling. They got you. Don't worry.
There's only like 700 other ones, so yeah.
Exactly. Search pro wrestling in Apple Podcasts. Have field day. They ain't gonna be the game on lock.
The white wrestling hoodie is gonna be in like Antifa font.
What is Antifa font?
Wait,
White wrestling polo and khaki set.
White wrestling hoodies. Who's gonna get the red X on a white wrestling hoodie? What black wrestler?
You nigga.
That's good. That's good. I walked right into that one. That's good.
Man.
That's amazing. I'm like, do it. Put me on a hoodie with a red X. I need it. And now
I
will copy.
They gonna go right to the Empire website. Screen capture. Windows.
Matter of fact, get the video with me and Elias. Do that one. How about that? Get the video with me and the High Chief. Do that one. Do it tomorrow.
If that is not,
Hey, Jimbo, come over and look at this.
if that is not the cover of the podcast this week.
Yo. Oh my god!
It might not be. It might. What about white wrestling? Might need to be the title, though, because that's fucking funny. Speaking of white wrestling, who underwears did Randy Orton have on his head? Did y'all see that shit at the beginning of Raw? He had a pair of fruit. He cut holes in the Fruit of the Looms.
The Fruit of Balloons.
Fruit of Balloons.
It looked like some like low budget S&M. Like I
It
didn't
was
know.
bad. And it went on for like 15 minutes
Yeah, no, he had a whole monologue.
about getting burnt up in the face.
The monologue was good.
It was good. Well, I will say it was better than opening the show with somebody in the ring going back and forth on the mic. Just like the end of the show. I appreciate trying to make Alexa Bliss a thing. Having her go whatever she did and beat Asuka in the middle of the ring. It's good for her character. I don't know why it needed to, like, did it need to be Asuka? There was no other woman that she could have done that to.
It has to be somebody good, right?
Yeah,
it can't be what's the, one of the iconics.
It can't, and they
not
won't
gonna hold any weight.
but they won't do
honestly,
that to Charlotte either, right?
Yeah, because all the other women are in feuds anyway. Again, Charlotte's feuding with Lacey. Nia Jax and Shayna are feuding with, Mandy and Dana apparently. So it's just like Asuka is the only one who's not doing nothing.
Yeah.
So the Raw Women's Champion
Mm-hmm.
is that expendable. That's sad.
No, she's not expendable. She's elevating another wrestler.
Yeah.
We hope. You hope. I can't say it's a true elevation until we see what happens. Because the other thing is, I really do hope that Alexa's being elevated and it's not Bray Wyatt is working his magic and this is just set up for Bray's return and then Alexa's going to be back to sidekick. Like if you're going to put this type of energy into her at the end of the show, she needs to continue doing something. They better at least be a feud with her and Asuka.
Yeah, I mean, you make that a power couple, but it helps everybody if she is pushed, toward the top of the card like that.
Can they be a power couple if Bray's not powerful? Because at some point it's a wrap for him, right?
I think it's a wrap now.
Can't be.
Is it?
He's been doing the same thing toward the top of the card for 4 years, and they keep on going.
That don't mean it's working though.
But and you're talking about,
means they keep doing it, and he's making money.
Talk about elevating Alexa Bliss. She's already a 3-time Raw Women's Champion, 2-time SmackDown Women's Champion, and a 2-time Women's Tag Champion. So
she's white. I mean, no disrespect,
but the
but I
problem
mean,
is she's hurt a lot, right? So all of her momentum from all those runs keep starting, they stop, and she keeps being reset. So this right now pushes her in a feud that makes people care. It's entertaining. It's an entertaining television, and I mean, I think she's killing it at this point.
she's doing a good job.
Yeah.
She's good in that role. Like I'm hesitant to. I'm patient. I want to see where it's going. I'm just not sure if what I don't know if the end game is Alexa being at an elevated level again, or if it's just setting up for Bray to come back and then she'll just be back where she was before. But yeah, Randy Orton had a whole somebody hold underwears on his face.
Balloons.
The fruit of balloons.
Like the gimp from Pulp Fiction.
Yeah, I know.
He was gonna take it. He was just gonna take it. Yo, why that keep why Ving Rhames something always happening to Ving?
He was tied up in everything with the shit in his mouth. The shit was in his mouth.
It was in his ass too.
It was in his damn, it was in his ass
He
too.
was gonna take it.
It was it was in his ass too for a little bit. And the sad part was, see, the worst part was, all right, so that's going on in the basement. This man's in the pawn shop looking for a weapon, and you hear him down there.
It had to least.
I saw that movie when I was like 14, and when that scene
shouts
happened,
out White Mike.
Yo.
No.
Right,
It was his DVD, but he was already gone. My mom was asleep.
This man.
And that's the DVD you bought. It was if you would have went behind one more DVD.
Facts. You would have seen some shit.
No,
you would have seen
you
some
would have asked
shit.
why your mom has this.
But when me and my brother were watching it, when that scene came on, we both looked at each other like, "What the fuck is this?"
How old was your brother?
12. I'm 2.5 years older.
Damn, corrupt. He had nightmares.
My
don't put me in the basement. No.
Stop.
No.
But yeah, my brother was the type of person who, like, in movies, in TV shows, when a gun would be out of ammo, he'd be like, "Just pick up another one." So when Bruce Willis is like the bat or the chainsaw, he's like, "Just take anything, dumb it." Like my brother's just like, ready. Grab it and go. Like, what are you like wasting your time?
The nigga kept upgrade. Upgrade.
No, exactly. Yeah, like it was like Grand Theft Auto. Like, nope.
What a film. I low key want to rewatch that movie, but skip past that scene because you ain't gotta do that to black people like that.
You already saw it.
Oh wow, this is a weird transition, but did y'all saw that Ricochet Styles clash? Was that dope because of AJ or dope because of Ricochet?
Speaking of niggas catching it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. See, I wasn't going to go there. I have to be like, look, that's a crazy transition. He said, speaking of niggas
wait a minute. Is AJ Styles the guy in the basement? The guy who owns the pawn shop?
He's got the accent, Zed.
Yeah, exactly. Zed.
I
don't know.
Zed. Hey man, they call me ZJ Styles. Number one, if you will. I will be back here tending to things and
Zed is the guy.
Keep your eyes on the road. I'm gonna do some driving.
Zed is the cop, the security or whatever. The guy who owns the pawn shop. I forgot what his name is.
Fuck.
Who knows? Like nasty nigga. That
you gotta text your brother. See what your brother remember what his name is.
Hey, I haven't
bald face nigga.
But
Zed look like what's the guitar playing nigga?
Elias.
Yeah, he looked like Elias, yo.
Yeah, one of the blue boys.
He was back there rooting for him. Get him, come on.
Get him.
Get it.
I will say, the first time I saw that shit, and that scene, I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
You just gonna take it.
yeah, so the guy is Maynard.
Maynard.
That was
that's the guy who owns a pawn shop who looks like AJ Styles.
Mm-hmm. Maynard and Elias. AJ and Elias, that's just back there just tearing the
got a big one.
Yeah.
Big black one. Sorry.
Was trying to. This one was gonna kill this one. Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Yeah.
A nigger by the tub. Well, you're the lucky guy. Let's go.
What? Oh! I'm done. I'm out of here. Man, should I show this? Nah, should I show this?
I sent it to him, but he's not paying attention.
Should I show this?
And I don't have drip. No, don't show it.
You don't want me to?
Nah, don't show it. I don't got drip's number.
Hold up. Let me put this. This is really some inside joke shit.
Oh, man,
we can't.
Zero.
It's the perfect shot for that drip. Check the glide. I'm sorry, we can't.
Oh yeah, nah, but that's it.
That's fucking funny. That's hilarious. That's the perfect shot.
You ever see three people completely get a joke all at a different time?
Different times. So that was perfect. Damn, that was a good one. Okay. That was
100%. Hey man, y'all Discord niggas, we got y'all.
Is it in the Discord?
No, not yet.
It's respectable.
No, that's the cover for the episode. Yeah, that's definitely the cover.
Oh man.
All right, if you listen to this, you already know what we're laughing about. That's fucking funny though.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, was that Styles Clash good because Ricochet is a superior athlete, or because of AJ Styles? Because the AJ Styles conversation came in the Discord. There's a lot of people calling AJ Styles the best wrestler walking the earth right now. Is he
still?
He's at this stage in his career, still doing it at that caliber clip. Yeah.
The best.
There's nobody better than him right now. Is what you're saying?
At this age,
you can. At this age, and you can put him in a match with literally anyone, and it'll be
anybody.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Cheeseburger?
Yeah. Oh,
double
yeah.
cheese.
Double cheeseburger.
Well, Leon
with double cheese, huh?
Nah, double cheeseburger will carry that match.
Double cheeseburger.
No, I was saying
Jersey. Nah, but
what?
I thought he was about to double cheese. I thought he was gonna throw double cheese on the screen. It's too inside of that.
No. Future GOAT Leon Ruff would definitely have a fire match with AJ.
I will. Shouts out to the people who listen to the pod and say, "Nah, this shit is too funny. I gotta watch the pod on YouTube to see the drops." There was a couple people that mentioned it last week. Shouts to y'all.
Yo, shout out to niggas hit
when
me
it comes to
stuff I don't remember saying, yo. They be like, yo, this made me old fan really stupid. I'm like, what I do?
That's accurate.
Yo, cuz text me today, maybe yesterday, was like, yo, do you God? I was like, who said something about you God? He was like, you, nigga.
That you got conversation though, again, go to the Black Rasslin YouTube if you want to get just that conversation. It's called how Triple H became the Inspector Deck of the WWE. Just saying, we out here working.
Is Kevin Nash that bad?
My God.
At what?
Wrestling?
Yes, at everything.
At in-ring? No, not out-ring.
So this is not out-ring. I actually like him. So
What brought that up?
Because I'm thinking,
who is he in Wu-Tang? Is that what you're thinking?
Because who was he in Wu-Tang? Would he be you God?
He might be Dirt. Nah, Razor Ramon.
No, because I thought Kevin Nash was he had a decent kind of, I guess, like 96 7.
Guys carried him in matches is the thing.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever you saw a good Kevin Nash match, it wasn't because of Kevin Nash. It was
but I mean, he was a big dude.
he had strength.
Big dudes didn't have
but like he had
those matches then.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Is he Capadonna?
Nah, he's Raekwon.
No, stop it.
Raekwon, that might give him a little too much. What's his purple tape? Is the beginning of the NWO his purple tape? Like,
That's the thing. We're not playing. What did he say? What did he come in and say? Oh, where the big boys play, that promo. That's the thing.
But he said, "Look at the adjective. Look at the adjective." That's what he said.
Wrong.
He said the wrong.
It was wrong.
Yeah,
that was
wrong. But I got over. It's classic.
It's a classic. There's no way that's not a classic.
Then you got to factor him as Booker in terms of like a guy making bad albums.
That was late.
Bad
That was late though, right? That was late.
That was towards the end of WCW. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
But to say that he's Raekwon, because Raekwon had a whole album full of
bangers,
right?
An actual classic.
Hold on, hold on, cuz because if you're gonna give him Raekwon, the NWO would be his 36 Chambers, right?
Okay.
Where's his purple tape?
Wait, would it be? Because remember, Ray also has classics on 36. He's got classic. There's songs that you hear on 36 Chambers, and it's Ray killing it. And then he had the purple tape.
Story. And then
but what I'm saying, like Diesel
had a championship run,
but Oz.
And again, they drew no money. Really,
like it. I don't think early Nash. I don't think early Nash
I wasn't talking any WWF Nash.
That's what I'm saying. So you'd have to think about
it. I wasn't talking Diesel at all. I was talking NWO Kevin Nash, which is the Wu-Tang. NWO is the Wu-Tang.
NWO was the Wu-Tang. But
so
I'm breaking them down as. So are you breaking down, like Cal said, he had classics on Enter the 36?
I don't know if he has I don't know if he would have a purple tape then.
That's what I'm saying. There's no purple.
What are we talking about though? As an album, are we talking matches as an album?
Just let's say events. Period.
It's got to be at the very least an era, whether it's a year.
The start of the NWO before Hogan, the Hall and Nash stuff, when we thought that it was real.
That's his Can It Be?
That's his purple tape.
No. So the Outsiders would have to be his purple tape, because the purple tape was Ghost and Ray.
But that's what I'm saying. So then what's his 36 Chambers in?
They gotta be the NWO.
But they was the Outsiders before they was the NWO, no?
I mean, it doesn't. Yeah. So
I'm just trying to make it make sense to me.
You try to match it up like.
Yeah, it's not gonna match up.
Look, Kevin Nash didn't shoot up Scott Hall's house.
I don't know if that really happened though.
Yo,
I saw it on the Hulu.
We gotta find. I need to vet that, but I kind of think you can't put anything that dramatic in it without it being true.
I don't want it to be true, but I hope it was true if they put it in the show. It was one of the first things in the show. You know what I'm saying?
Correct. I don't know what's going on.
No, you're talking about Wu-Tang. I haven't seen that show on Hulu.
You should watch it.
Yes, you should.
You should watch it. Joey Joey Badass? He's in it.
Mm-hmm.
You know Davies?
I don't listen, but I know who they are. Yeah,
I don't know who the fuck they are.
Hey, we don't listen to them niggas neither.
Facts. I don't know what a Davies song sounds like. No shade.
Davies style speed joint, so I ain't gonna bluff. And
Joey Badass.
Beloved.
Joey Badass was on Mr. Robot. I know that.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Nah, that the Joey 1999 joint.
99.
Hard. That's a hard album. Classic. Was that an EP? Technically an EP.
That was a mixtape.
Mixtape, something. It's early. That was a great project, though. Great project.
It was.
Project.
The right podcast. I don't know where the fuck we are.
Well, I don't know if I'm 100%. I guess Hall's really Ghostface then?
Well, I mean,
because he had some dope shit. Scott Hall had some dope shit
In WCW?
Yeah,
Outside of being with Nash.
he was the United States champion. Him. No, I know.
I feel what you're saying, but
him and Randy Savage had some shit. Him and
that era is too much of chaos. Like,
Yeah.
there was too much going on.
yeah.
No wonder it died.
Like,
Too much going on. I don't remember how we got here. I respected it. I respect the derail. I don't remember what else happened on Raw. I don't think I watched much of Raw in the middle. There was something. Bobby Lashley stepped on Matt Riddle's.
that was
foot.
terrible. That was really bad.
He stepped on his foot.
That was bad camera work, because if the shot was
Like chest
Up
high.
higher?
Yeah.
it'd have made sense. But they were almost looking at them niggas' feet, and he stepped in between the nigga legs, like, oh my god! And I'm like, oh.
Doesn't Matt Riddle walk around with flops on? Why would he be barefoot behind the stage to then put flops on and then kick him off in the ring?
If a nigga step on your feet with flops on, it's still the same.
I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be too consistent with it. That's maybe my.
It's
problem.
Matt Riddle. That's it's just Matt Riddle. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense for him to walk around backstage with flops on to take them off.
It's not going to happen today because I don't care enough today. But at some point, we're going to have a real conversation about Matt Riddle. Because I don't.
Did you have Fila flip flops?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Did you have some, cuz?
Nah.
Or sandals, whatever the fuck you want to call them?
Slides. You talking slides?
Slides.
Never. No. I've never really bought Filas though. Not even Fila shoes. I never really had Fila sneakers.
I had the Air Force One Fila.
The Air Force Filas?
Yeah.
Air Force Ones?
Hey, by the way, those have a terrible, terrible name. Like, they got like a I bought these sneakers in Kmart type of name.
Hey, the fuckboy 5000s.
The XJ 21.
The CLB4s. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had to do it. I'm sorry. I apologize. It was right there, I saw it.
I'm hit.
There was an opportunity, Just threw a dart real quick. Over on Impact, the private party.
That's like I'm in Delaware in Wayne's World. That's what that was like.
I'm saying, because what else is there to talk about in WWE? And at least in Impact, they're getting now. It's not Rich Swann and Kenny Omega. Apparently, if that's going to happen, that's not happening anytime soon. But private party is they're now aligned with Matt Hardy. I guess they're heel, and they're stepping up in the good old boys' faces and like, yo, give me them titles, bitch.
I'm with
So
it.
they have to go to another show to get a tag title shot. Is how it goes.
Yeah.
Right? And this show happens to be the one where all the black people kind of succeed, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, isn't that
is Impact going to be the new AEW Dark? Is that what you're asking?
Impact W Dark.
They both on two. Maybe AEW only thinks that black folks should shine on Tuesday nights.
Second day of the week, second month of the year.
Niggas ain't really watching.
Oh shit!
Black History Day.
We'll see what happens in February. Nah, but I think at the very least, they're doing something with them. You feel me? Yeah. Like over on in a shit. I feel like I saw the good old boys and Mo and Joe Buck. They're having an 8-man tag match with fucking Dark Order.
8-man tag on AEW?
I know, right? It's crazy. Never would have thought.
Guess what? In 2 weeks, they're having a tag team battle royal.
The show. All right.
Battle Royal.
Tag team battle royal, player.
We're a year and change into Dynamite being the best show, the best pro wrestling show with the best tag team division, and they have to have a battle royal because it's the number one contenders battle royal, right?
Yep. I looked up the rankings today. Private Party's not on them, but the Dark Order was ranked 4th, and their record is 0-0 this year.
Private Party. The Private Party is so bad that they're number one. They've now number one contenders for the Impact Tag Team titles.
Niggas keep putting Marco Stunt on my television every week. I be having to cut it off.
Jungle Express show. Jungle fucking Express.
He's a goddamn dinosaur.
Man's in the comments said Luchasaurus isn't popping though. I did see that. He said he's not good. He said he.
He's good, but he's got the worst.
I'd like to see him without the gimmick, doing the flippy shit as a dude. You know, he's not the type of, just like Bam Bam Bigelow and them type of big niggas. You don't normally see them doing moonsaults. A guy his size doing lucha is not normal.
Hey, how surprised would you be
if he Mexican dinosaur?
If he took off his mask and it was Drew McIntyre?
Oh my!
Would you be?
I'm gonna be honest. I think I like Luchasaurus more than I like Drew McIntyre.
Because you don't know it's Drew McIntyre.
It's the same nigga. It's the same nigga. That's the trick.
Niggas really tried to give us Braveheart again.
He just lost his sword. That's all it was. It's the same shit. It's the same shit.
Sheamus helped him find it.
Now,
You just gonna take it.
It's back here, laddie. I've got it right here.
that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Now, speaking of ridiculous, what in the Chris Jericho was that Lionsault in that match? There's a couple of spots like
that nigga did a Doberman salt.
Having Chris Jericho, that because he looked bloated. He looked like
that's just COVID.
COVID gave him an extra fucking tire on his belly.
And they got that COVID 20 on him.
Facts. He putting him in the ring against Sammy Guevara, like it. There's no clearer shot that like this man probably needs to be out of the ring. And I do whatever the fuck you want to do with your life, man.
He's
but
not the worst example of this though.
It's not at all. But this was the worst
in this federation on that night.
Facts. No, you're right. But that was some of the worst Chris Jericho shit I've ever seen in life. And I've been watching him since Lionheart and ECW.
We got Sting news this week, right?
Today.
Yeah.
What happened with? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, Stevie B about to wrestle a match.
With who?
It's him, Darby Allin against Brian Cage and Ricky Starks in a street fight, a tag team street fight.
I didn't think that was official.
It was official today. It was announced.
I think AEW.
Why?
Yeah.
Yo, so maybe Sting is sitting on. Remember we saw the Usos wrestle that match and Rikishi walked down with him and he was sitting at the bar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We get two.
That's Sting's just gonna be holding up the apron for a bit.
Don't put no ice in it.
It's just gonna be him swinging the bat, and it's like that's it. That's all it's gonna be.
That's terrible.
This is
Don't do it, fam. Don't do it.
No, watching that.
Not at all. That's the DVD behind Pulp Fiction.
or maybe they pull.
I'm out. I'm sorry. I apologize.
Or maybe like it's a thing where like they attack for the match and he doesn't even wrestle in the match and shows up at the end. They do some bullshit like that.
He don't need to be wrestling.
No.
But like I'm saying, I don't think
the illegal.
Is that wig gonna stay on during the match?
It's the in the can. It's,
yeah, just spray that shit.
Right?
Yeah. That shit lasts at least a week. At least a week. No, the snow falls on it. Don't mess with it at all.
That Perk Plus. He got that good Perk Plus.
That good Perk Plus. Super Perk Plus.
The AJ Styles. Oh.
Facts.
Hey, did y'all watch the AJ Styles joint on? That was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Styles use herbal essence.
Nah, he Christian.
Not yet. I haven't.
Perk Plus.
Go ahead, drip. Let me see.
No, not after that. Not because you told me to. You're like,
Wait, but
clap for me, bitch.
wait, that was drip. Was it you that pulled the clip where we was talking about how none of us we couldn't do that? Didn't I see a clip like that this
Yeah,
week?
that was my very first appearance. Yeah.
We've been talking shit about your hair for
Yeah, don't do that again.
months, the whole half a year.
It's
Terrible.
Thank you. Fucking
Yeah, shouts to Graham. Shouts to Graham for calling me out.
Shouts to Graham.
Graham, they on their video Dean too, ain't they?
That's what it was. It was their test run, and he was like, "Hold up, like
Y'all
you sending
some bitches
shots." I mean,
day.
I was gonna ask Math if you ready. I hope they're ready for this smoke that you about to
These some
send
bitches
their
got
way.
7 days. Nah, this all Son of Mars. This Son of Mars doing that bullshit.
It's all good. That nigga working too, but
hey,
Yeah, he
that's
was-
my guy.
he
Hey,
look,
No,
you
they,
can sit-
all of them are guys. Tron got a couple bodies in the trunk. You know what I mean? He wear black Air Forces.
niggas can still get smoked though. That don't mean nothing.
Shout out to CJ. Shout out to Graham.
I hope it's niggas that's looking for smoke for me. I'm
We'll
ready
see.
for it.
We'll see tomorrow morning.
We will see tomorrow. We will see tomorrow.
What y'all niggas got me into? Cause I wear blue and red at the same time.
Literally.
hey.
Affiliated. It don't matter. I'm on everybody's side.
No.
I'm on all sides. Nah, but so Chris Jericho goes to, I don't know how many times he's been doing the Lionsault for decades. He hit the ropes
And held them.
and something went awry.
That nigga sunk into them ropes like a mattress.
He's 50.
Something with
You know that?
is
He-
crazy.
Chris Jericho is 50 years old.
He probably walking around like he's 75 after landing on his head the way he did.
Facts.
Cause that did not look safe.
No.
He lands on his head and he goes for the pin, but he's kind of like there was a delay. There was a couple seconds where he looked like he was orienting, or he was trying to get reoriented with where the fuck he was in life.
Eventually, he got.
Ever since that scene? Oh,
Keep that. Don't do it, man. Don't do it, man. Don't do it, man. And he looking. Don't do it. You can't even see that, man. You looking at nothing. Don't do that shit. Don't do it. Keep Chris Jericho in the commentary booth. If y'all love him,
don't even keep him in the commentary booth. I mean,
they need. The thing is, as much as they're supposed to be the alternative progressive pro wrestling federation, they feel like they need to have these old people around. Do your thing. You, Tony Khan, you got this money. Keep everybody you want there. They should be playing certain positions though. I don't think off night or whatever. Maybe he doesn't need to be in the ring
At all.
at least not with let Sammy Guevara do his thing with somebody else. Clearly, people want him to be the future. I don't know what's going to happen with that man, but I don't know at this point. I don't know if he needs to be wrestling Chris Jericho to get where he wants to go.
Cal, it was the inner circle versus each other. It was
No, I know.
Had a round
okay, I was gonna say, like, that's what I mean. It was like, again, because that's great storytelling. Let's have
Exactly.
the group face each other.
Exactly. Why? There's no y'all got enough tag teams to have a tag team battle royal to determine the number one contender for the tag team titles, but this group of 8 men turns into 4 teams and they got to wrestle each other
to determine who's the official tag team of the Inner Circle.
That is already reading NWO Black and White versus the Wolfpack.
They have accelerated. They're 98 WCW right now. It's not good.
There's only 5 years left.
That's a good one.
Keep falling.
There was a comment. Oh God, preemptively, I'm sorry for bringing up Booker T, but Booker T. I saw Booker T had responded to some shit that Bully Ray had to say about AEW. It kind of sounds like shit that we would say normally. He put it plain. He was like, "Look, a lot of the time you watch AEW and men and women, they're missing stuff." He said his quote was, "It can get indie-rific at times." And then he put over NXT, saying NXT is a lot more polished and the work rate is extremely tight, which, I mean, for all the talk people have about the Performance Center, at the very least, when you go to Florida, you go to the Performance Center, you are taught a style. You can put your own flavor on that style, but you are taught a style. And Terry said it on Twitter weeks ago. He was like,
years ago.
How long ago? No, I'm sorry.
Years ago, nigga.
The all of the criticisms people normally have about the WWE, it's rarely is it ever about in ring. It's always storyline, it's promos, it's all because a bad WWE pay-per-view in 2020 is all about I didn't like the angle, I think the direction's off, this Bray Wyatt match was weird, but the actual in-ring shit,
fun.
It's usually flawless. Even Omos can kick the shit out of guitar and have us talking about it for 5 minutes. Cody,
a nigga came out dressed like Michelle Obama yesterday. This week, boy.
Not wrong at all. Maybe she's a fan of Omos.
Hey Barry, scratch that. Tell him Clark Hansen that I'm wearing that.
Look at what he's got on.
Nah, it look warm. It's gonna be cold out there.
Amazing. Cody wrestled Mans in Dynamite this week and did a cutter. Mans hit the mat. Cody's legs is all up in the air. Like, what? You are. This is your. Like, you need to be on. Just like when people listen to this podcast, right? It happened the other day. When they think it's going off the rails, they're looking at me. They're saying you're supposed to be the guy who's riding the course of the ship.
Wait a minute, we go off the rails.
We are off the rails. This is what I told him. I said, look, it's not, because I think the term they used was dysfunctional. I said, it's not dysfunctional. This is organized chaos. We go out there. There is a sandbox that we are going to sit and talk shit in. Anything can happen, but guess what? This shit going to start and end with wrestling because that's just what we do. We're 208 episodes in right now. We've been doing this. Trust me. I know what's going on. Cody Rhodes can't be doing... Everybody has off nights, but that cutter looked ridiculous.
No. Cody Rhodes has been like half-assing it since he got to AEW.
Be that nigga the Ruby cutter.
The cubic zirconian cutter. Shit. Maybe he figured that he got to cash the check, so why I got to show up?
Why is he wrestling?
That's what it is. Like, he's like, I'm the boss. Yeah, he wants that mindset. Like, he can wrestle when he wants to, and when he does, it's just like going through the motions for him.
Right. Now Booker T tried to how he's a WWE employee is still low key bigging up AEW.
Because you know how
Mind
to
you-
cape for the white man, and he just practicing.
I was
But
go-
his cape was just like, yeah, they just need to figure out how to do. This is the literal quote, because his whole thing was pro wrestling is just everybody doing the same thing in a different way. That's what he said. But this is his quote. Hold up. Booker T said, I agree with him in a lot of aspects, but in this business, you've got to be able to figure out how to do the same thing everyone else is doing a little bit different. And I think that's what AEW is doing.
Yeah, it's like Whataburger. You know, you put the mustard on the burger.
It's like pro wrestling, but you fall on your head instead of doing the real moonsault.
Yeah, don't nobody need no muscles neither.
You don't need no muscle. You don't need no neck. You don't need no niggas. You don't need none of that shit. That's what they doing different. It's a bunch of white people. That's what it is.
You don't need no niggas. Is crazy.
Facts. They all on Tuesday
night. Put them niggas on Tuesday nights.
They shit. They shit.
It's Black History Day.
Party. They said take your ass down to Impact and go fight the big white boys. That's what they said with Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy's like, go in there and get him.
big money Matt, apparently. That's what Matt Hardy's gimmick is.
Matt Hardy was talking that shit though, and you can't. He was in that ring talking about, bitch, look, y'all wearing my titles.
Facts.
White
we didn't even lose those titles. And he said, don't forget, this company wasn't shit except for what I was doing. We would total deletion on, final deletion on. That was that company was him. They let him.
Message.
Just trying to. I'm just being honest. But then he said, "Hey, two little black boys, go fight the white man. Go handle that shit real quick.
Get him."
I ain't mad when they win the titles and bring them back.
I hope. I swear for God, they better win those titles. Is all
Facts.
I'm saying.
I'm gonna be upset, son.
They better win those titles.
What happened? What happened in the 6-man tag? Didn't Kenny Omega pin Rich Swann to win the match?
Look.
Didn't we say that was probably going to happen and we didn't want it to happen?
You're right. But at least they're building something after, like number 51 is now like firmly in that main event picture again. It's going to be him and Rich Swann, and I'm okay with them turning the bullshit of that we already knew was going to happen at least into a storyline.
It's because he looks the best as a pro wrestler next to niggas that ain't these little bitty niggas. You know what I'm saying? That's always gonna have him around a certain scene.
Facts. 100%.
No matter how its promos sound.
Yeah, I just mute the TV. I don't know what he's talking about. He could be saying anything. Mashed potatoes, French fry. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't want to fight him.
I fight that nigga. Fuck him.
You could fight him though.
Fuck him.
How tall is he?
6'3". I did the stats. I don't need Davis for this.
Oh wow! That's the real vendetta. Like
He's not even sizing that nigga up for a minute.
Number 51.
Yeah,
it's to the point where people don't. It ain't just us saying that. Niggas know number 51. They know who that is.
Mm-hmm.
Is he gonna be number 53 this year or something? Like, do we think he's gonna?
None of their business until the list comes out.
Right. If the list came out tomorrow, is number 51 making it? Is he number 58?
He's number 51.
I love it. Now, getting off this topic with Chris Jericho specifically, I want to. Did y'all see that Undertaker did Joe Rogan? And I guess the internet went ham off of his comments.
He was up there high fiving.
This was this was Mark the Undertaker Calloway on Joe Rogan.
Is that how he was announced? I don't watch Joe Rogan. I don't listen to Joe Rogan.
On Spotify, that's the title of the episode. Number 1598, Mark the Undertaker Calloway.
Wow. Good job. I guess this I guess he doing that he felt comfortable. What?
Yep, stand by that blue line.
Facts. He called the current WWE product soft. He said the product has changed.
Vertebrae.
Facts. He said the product has changed so much and it's kind of off. He said, I'll probably piss off a lot of people, but they'll need to hear it. It is what it is. To the young guys, you know, they think he's a bitter old guy. I'm not bitter. I did my time. Shut the fuck up. What did we say? I just think the product is a little soft. There's guys here and there's guys there that have an edge to them, but there's too much pretty and not enough substance right now. He went on to say that in the past, essentially, they had guys, you know, like himself, Stone Cold, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, who learned from vets that were still in the territory. And he said, you know, we were all working together and then we all aged out. He said, we aged out and it left these young guys to learn and with more young guys, learn with more young guys, and then the product changed. Now, this is my thing. Isn't he basically saying it's his fault? Like, aren't you were supposed to be the locker room general. You were supposed to be the older god teaching the younger guys the game so they can continue it on.
Well, did you see
what?
Did you see the RZA of the New Day? His response?
What he said?
He said, I wouldn't be the person that I am without the guidance and lessons of a few key people from the previous generation of wrestling. They taught me about the business to save my money and that having video games in the locker room is healthier than having redacted. Thank you, guys.
And how can this guy be the leader of the locker room when he has one match every year?
That's what I'm saying. Like, they put him over as being the general, being that guy, to the point now where we're like, shit. Well, yeah, but it's now to the point it's like shit. Where
from 2000 to 2010, but then last decade, what was he doing? At home, recovering from getting injured.
Not even that. This is my thing. He's having 2 matches in a row at Mania with Shawn Michaels. He's having matches. Did he have 2 with Triple H?
Yep.
I don't think they weren't back to back.
No, he had 27, 28.
Because one of them was in a Hell in a Cell.
I thought it was a year apart.
28. It goes from Shawn Michaels, Triple H. When he faced those.
When it was time for him, because the thought that a lot of people had was this man needs to pass the torch. That's why they were saying, let's get a good match with John Cena. Let's get a good match with Bray Wyatt, something. He didn't really do that. Like his last matches with he did like if you're talking about a real passing of the baton, a real
it happened. He just kept wrestling after.
Who would that have been?
Roman, who is supposed to be the guy now.
My yard now, nigga.
Is Roman part of the soft people he's talking about?
Can't be.
I kind of don't think so.
Roman
ain't backstage playing video games. He's talking about like Xavier Woods and that whole clique of wrestlers that hang out backstage. And yeah, they probably drink and smoke a little reefer back at, but they back at playing the game.
But then why? I'm not saying it's not their fault, but I'm saying it sounds like he didn't really do his job then. He didn't leave it better than it was when he got there.
He didn't.
I think he wrestled long enough or too long to the point where he instantly went from locker room, like nigga in the locker room, to old man, you know what I mean, telling niggas get off his lawn. He skipped that middle stage of I just left the game and I can still relate to these niggas.
Yeah, he passed it.
Yeah, and he was never a guy where he was the boy. You know what I'm saying? Like he's one of the boys, not with this generation of people. You know what I mean? He probably called a couple niggas the boy, but he wasn't like, oh, buddy. Everybody wants to be. Yeah, sorry, David. Stop ruining the boy for you, didn't I?
I was just like, you son of a. Like I was like, he did, and he wasn't referring to Drake. He wasn't
right.
Drake.
Dre?
I was gonna hit it, but
They're
y'all
like-
did, bro.
But well, I remember back in 2017, I think when Goldberg was making his return, he said like something similar. Not that they were stopped. He's like, I go to the back, and a lot of them are playing video games now. It's a whole different atmosphere from back in the day. But it's that, I mean, and again, they're kind of that same era, late 90s, early 2000s. So I think they just see these guys playing video games as like losers or geeks, maybe.
You niggas want it because you niggas is thinking you niggas is Johnny Lawrence at this point. You think niggas is supposed to be driving the bad guy, the blonde kid from Karate Kid.
This nigga doing whole karate down there.
I got the karate part.
These white folks crazy.
They want you, but no, they want he's Johnny Lawrence. He wants it to be how it was when he was still out here, you know what I mean, out here kicking it.
It's
it ain't
weird.
the same.
It's really. I think that's the key. It's not that.
Well, I don't know. I think he's more John Kreese, maybe. I mean,
What I'm saying, the reason why I say he's Johnny Lawrence, and I don't want to get too far in this.
Don't worry about
But
it.
like,
Don't
is
worry.
he came back,
Don't worry
and
about
he
it.
was
Nerd
like,
shit.
bro,
Nerd shit.
he was this is everybody watched this except
The
for
white.
this
all
nigga.
right, Matt. The older white man who was like sweep the leg.
Sweet
You got a problem with that?
with the curly hair.
And then the nigga, in the second one in the beginning, he was punching the fucking windows out and shit.
Broke
White,
legs.
that's real white folks crazy shit right there. Like he was mad. He was mad at that little Asian man. He was pissed.
Yeah, but nah, the nigga came back and expected, you know what I'm saying? He was like, you need a trapper keeper, you know what I'm saying? Like, he expects it to be the same as it was when he was in there. And it ain't.
But that's weird. It's not, the game is different. You feel what I'm
You wanted
saying?
to be
Like,
one way.
it's corporate. It's not, it's
Now,
weird.
see,
They're literally not on the road. When they're on the road, it's not, they have a performance center where you learn how to do this shit, as opposed to him where he learned it on the road from years of wrestling people that was better than him. It's a different game now.
yeah, they
that
got
don't mean they
trainers. Y'all
suck.
niggas just use liquor and cocaine.
Fact.
and how many
Fact.
people died from being like that back then? How many
Exact-
people have
exa-
died from
exactly.
this era playing video games?
A lot.
Yo, shout out to Darby Allin. GG, whatever the fuck his name.
Darby Crush
out-
and GGL.
Shout out to you. You are the MVP in that arena, nigga.
Is that who Undertaker? They won. They won the game.
You won, nigga.
They won the game. They in the
But the true issue is, the issue actually is that you say the corporate thing, but that's really what it is.
Right.
It's not the boys, it's the office. The office says keep your nose clean.
Right.
Don't do steroids. Don't get too big. Be muscular but be lean. So now I want you to do CrossFit. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And stay drug free because we still piss testing y'all niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Except
stay
for a
drug
few
free.
people. Except for a
Okay.
few people.
So, well, I mean, if you ain't there every day, you know what I mean? Triple
good.
hole. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean, if you ain't there every day, then you can do what you do. But if as long as you're here, keep your nose clean. You know what that means? Smoke a little weed, play some video games. That's
Shut
the
the fuck up.
environment that is fostered by the rules in WWE.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I really give a shit, but I do think it's weird to call the shit soft.
I
It'd
think
be
it's
different
I
if-
think it's sucker. I think it's a sucker move. It's like when Ray Lewis left the Ravens and was talking about Terrell Suggs ain't a good leader the next year. Don't do
Right.
that, yo. Don't do
Right.
that.
It's especially when you've been talking about how you was in the match and you was black. You don't remember certain parts of certain WrestleManias you got paid the millions of dollars for, my guy. There's a reason that maybe it's operating a little different, and maybe you're some of the last remnants. You, Chris Jericho. I'm saying, like, we're coming to a point where maybe you should age out of or sports entertainment, whatever you want to call it at this point. Maybe at a certain point you not be taken behind the barn and put two to your dome or whatever, but maybe you should leave humbly, especially when you still on you Hogan, all this bullshit. You collecting the checks with the one hand and then talking about how the shit's wrong. Who does that?
Yeah, nigga, they making the paper you spending, cuz.
White people. Privilege.
You bozo?
Facts. Kofi can't do that.
You bozo?
Let Kofi retire and then be like, these niggas is goofy. A bunch of soft ass frail. He would not come back to the Legends Night that next year. Come on.
Undertaker want everything to be a hardcore match still.
Bitches, the boneyard face ass. You a goddamn. Never mind. Let me chill the fuck out. Finally, this week, WWE, they announced the next 3 WrestleMania dates and places. Y'all going to Tampa Bay? Y'all going to what is it? Is it Ray Lewis Stadium? What's the place? What's it called?
I'm not going to Ray Lewis Stadium. I don't know what happens there.
Raymond James Stadium. They said that the rumor is that they're trying to get people.
Ray J Stadium, indoor pool, outdoor pool. Money teams out here.
I play piano every day in that motherfucker. Oh, sorry. We live? Charlemagne, are we live?
Live.
That punk bitch.
Ray J made them niggas.
He did. That was the first time that I even checked any audio from that show. That punk.
Them booty bandits.
He said he I'm not gonna say what he said, but he said go YouTube that shit if you want to know what that Ray J been wild. Was this before or after the sex tape? Was this after the sex tape?
That was after.
Right.
I believe,
It was after.
yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, who the fuck will talk to Ray J?
Yeah.
Ray J be talking like he banging though. But I don't know what his G is, but he comes off as a guy who grew up in California. So
Talk about Brandy's brother?
shit, Brandy, never mind. Never mind.
That nigga's a killer.
If you compare stats, if you looking at
Stats is crazy. As I look to the right and I see what's going on in that damn.
Oh shit.
This right here is justifiable homicide. I was wrong.
What was that one chick? Danger. She smashed the homies. Y'all remember that shit? The chick with she had the tiger on her face.
Shit. She was fine.
If she had taken that tattoo off her face, it would have been she was already a problem. But you put the tattoo on the face, and that's when you start smashing they wrote a whole song about it.
He smashed the homie.
She smashed. I might have to pre-production next week. I might need to make a she smashed the homies because that's a classic clip. Anyway, rumor is that they might be trying to bring people to Tampa. I don't know if that's facts. It's also going to be 2 nights of Mania this year, which it sounds like, assuming that the Rona is dead and gone for 2022 and 2023, this might be the last year we get 2-night Mania. Should they keep 2 nights after?
No.
Yes.
No, because I'm not 2 nights in person.
Nigga, I am not sitting. I'm tired of sitting from goddamn 6 o'clock to 1 o'clock in the morning watching goddamn wrestling.
Listen, if it's the next 2 years, if it's or 3 years, if Dallas is open, you're not gonna worry about you ain't gonna worry about sitting down all that time. You're gonna be drunk and sleep.
You ain't even gonna be in the stadium.
Why would I?
This nigga, he gonna be Math gonna be tailgating at that bitch at 12 o'clock in the afternoon.
Nigga in there with a goddamn Kingsford grill cooking
with his phone.
Frank.
with his phone. Shit.
Cooking vegan Franks on the goddamn. He got you know this vegan charcoal too.
Selling them out the trunk. Out the trunk, we making $1 million that weekend.
Yo.
We making $1 million that weekend
with the phone out. This Wi-Fi
Goddamn.
terrible.
Bro wrestling tees.
son. If you don't think
That's good. That's good.
you don't think them Hogan's gonna sell then,
You might get into a fight in Dallas.
Vince McMahon himself is coming to the parking lot. Goddamn, you can't sell this crap here.
You might
out trunk.
you might need the ratchet in that trunk too.
It's open carry.
Talk about it. I'm not. I'll be inside then.
Yo, what is happening right now?
Somebody let me know what happened because I'm gonna be inside.
What in the stand your ground is going on here?
I don't know. I don't know.
You know that's Mega Mark State, so you got to watch out.
Oh shit!
You don't know about man.
Him
Listen,
and his Blue Line Druids are gonna show up.
I already got him. Wait.
Vince the shot man. He gonna sprinkle Skittles on a nigga. Poor little.
Fucking
I thought he had a gun. I don't know. Florida, isn't it?
Look at this pocket. It had a fucking iced tea. But they said
it was a twisted tea. I seen the video.
That twisted tea video is crazy. He smacked the shit out of him with that shit.
Bullshit.
Smacked the shit out of him. That was Davis. Was that your brother, Davis? That wasn't your brother, was it? I'm just kidding. But it sounds like if the Pod Nation brunch is going down, that's going to be 2023.
Nah, that's 22. It could be Dallas. Pod Nation brunch could be 22.
Am I going to Dallas, Texas?
Yes. We selling these crew necks to get us all down to Dallas, nigga. We already got Dallas money.
We already got it. We'll see. We'll see. We'll have to talk to the delegation and the other affiliated members. But I guess we'll Eve, Dre, somebody, we're gonna have to figure that shit out. As per usual, gotta ask. Y'all got any black rasses of the week?
I'm gonna go with my man, the RZA, aka, you know what I mean, the West Side gun of the New Day. I'm going with Xavier Woods. Redacted.
Woodside gun.
Redacted. Yeah. Woodside gun was good. Good Drip. And look at Drip. What about you, man?
I'm gonna go ACH. ACH had a dope match with Jacob Fatu on MLW.
I didn't see that, but I heard that was gonna be dope. I gotta watch it.
It was a real good match. ACH is gonna go somewhere and be that guy.
Not AEW.
Hope not.
Hope not. We'll see. Fingers crossed he doesn't. What about you, Drip? Who you got this week?
I'll go with Ricochet again. Just the Styles Clash. No, like no one does it better than him in terms of like creating innovative ways to get like transition to that. We saw it at SummerSlam 2019 with the Phoenix Splash. Again, that was a spot that AJ Styles and Dakota Ibushi before, but they have good chemistry. Hopefully, maybe this leads to a series of matches that they could have to elevate Ricochet because that's someone who needs to be elevated.
Facts.
And the problem is, if you can't cut a promo, you can't stay elevated, even if you get elevated. That's just
put on with MVP.
They tried it. They didn't take.
It's because they like him being the baby face. And I don't know if he can be a heel.
If you start, I'm going to tell you, if you watch Ricochet offline via his social media, the nigga is Ricky Starks are outside the ring.
He's Ricky.
Right.
The nigga get all fresh, wear the little tight clothes and stuff with his shirt open and little sunglasses. He was doing the same stuff. You know what I mean? He had little J's and whatnot. He can do that. He just can't, you know what I mean? He ain't got the right bass in his voice.
I think Vince liked him as that superhero thing again. Like they wanted him to be the superhero of wrestling, and I think Vince is like, that's he couldn't see him as like how Ricky Starks is.
I don't know who you do it with, right? I don't know who you use, but put a little chick with him, right? You put a chick with him that can talk. But like,
Vega.
I mean, that would have worked for this, but it wouldn't have worked because her old man backstage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you put a chick with him that's his joint, like, you know what I mean, to where he like, yeah, me and her, you know what I mean, we out here living it up. You know what I'm saying? Look how we live. And then on some flaw, it will work, but you have to find the right chick.
Speaking of his joint, did y'all see the shit? The chick on in NXT, what was that? Some splash senton, back senton shit she did. She did like 400 flips in the air, and when she landed, that shit looked like it hurt it. Like for real.
Like Keisha Cole. Heard it like Keisha Cole.
Heard it like Keisha Cole. It shouts to her.
Oh, nigga, you said Keisha Cole. I don't know what's going on.
That shit looked crazy, but it also looked like it hurt. I'm gonna have to give my Black Wrestler this week to Bianca Belair, simply because we were talking about Chronicles and stuff coming up on the network this Sunday. Her Chronicle premieres on the network, and the trailer's dope because she's like, look, be the change you want to see in the world, which, hey, this podcast wouldn't be a thing if that wasn't the credo. But it was she's sewing. Mans is in there like, yo, you the best, baby. You the shit. Like, I can't wait just to see their dynamic. But that Bianca, and we're talking a week before the Rumble. I feel like Bianca's about to have a good showing, but we'll talk about a lot of that shit next week. Hopefully they'll have more Rumble shit announced for when we're doing a live episode next week.
We live.
We should be with Public Enemies next week.
We with the enemies next week.
We didn't talk about this off air. At that point, are we going to have, because if y'all missed it, we've been talking about it, but there is a Black Wrestling Rumble pool going on. Are we going to have them picks?
We're going to have the picks tomorrow. I'm going to throw it up tomorrow.
Bet. All right, so y'all will see that shit soon. Shit, I need y'all to let these people know where they can find y'all ass on social media. So if they didn't like a take of yours when they watch it on YouTube or heard the pod, they know who to talk to.
It's me, BillFam79, on your social media choice. More importantly, at Where's Buffy every single weekend. But if you need to reach me directly, just call your mother. Her mouth will be full, but I'll call you.
She already got. I'm sorry.
You already got it. You just gonna take it.
That can't be the name of the episode. We can't do that.
No, it won't. It can't be. It can't be.
We can't do that.
Grab your partner. You know what?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm out of here, man. Fuck my outro. I'm out.
Matt the Damon.
Man, Damon. If you have any inquiries, you got any issues, you need your stats, you need an oil change, some shit like that, right there.
Facts.
Holla at him.
Big facts.
Holla at him. He'll relay your message to one of us. Leave me alone, nigga.
He went from stat man to assistant. That's crazy. That's crazy.
He runs all that shit. That's all him. You want to come on the show? DM him.
No. Yeah, that's not how that works.
No. DM him. We don't get
because I'll get all the bullshit of like, hey, let me on the pod.
Hey, yo, you should let me on your podcast because I tell you one thing, I know something about the stuff, and I had them views in the sky high. Put me on the podcast tomorrow. Yeah,
I got you, baby.
Yeah.
Let me pencil you in, baby.
I got you. This is Black Wrestling at Lycos.
hot bot, nigga.
Do niggas still have? Is Lyco still a thing?
CompuServe.
Lycos.com. Does this come up?
I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Netscape.
Drip. Tell them where the fuck you are, Drip.
And I'm David,
Oh.
aka Drip. That's me on Twitter. And you can follow me on Instagram at DavisColmDC, where my other pods, they called us Madmen, views from the 6th pod. Promote those, but most importantly, yeah. Most importantly, the Undisputed Stat Guy and the J White Boy at BRP.
I think you can set up a Lycos email.
Shit, that's what
might-
new shit going straight through
They
there.
be called. Look, I read it or right there. I mean, it had his full name on there. It was like Calvin.
Nope.
Cal is short for Calvin.
Nope, not even. I don't work at McDonald's. None of that shit. No, that ain't me. That is
Hey, he
not-
prefers to be called Calvin.
Nah,
You see him call him
don't
Calvin.
do that. Don't do that. Don't call me nothing. Matt Cal on Twitter, at Black Rasslin on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. BlackRasslin.com is the website, and as always, you can find the Black Rasslin podcast, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, if Google Podcasts still a thing, wherever you get your podcasts, we there, including YouTube, youtube.com/c/Black Rasslin. Please subscribe, like, comment. Even if you didn't fuck what we was talking about, if I like your comment, we will bring it up on the show. Next week's episode is going to be crazy. Hope to see you there. We'll talk to you then. Peace.
Price of the brick going up.